Back to Good Morning, LaLa, on Transformation Tuesday. Nothing better than transforming our life from some good wellness and food we eat, right? So Alexandra Catalano is in the house. She's a wellness expert, TEDx, your farm to table. That's a big buzz thing in Los Angeles now.
Isn't it? I know.
So for people who don't know, what does farm to table mean?
To me, it's really simple. It's something that you're getting from the farm and it's going from the ground. It's something that we grew and it's on the table now.
But most of us think that that's everything we eat.
Right.
Right? There's just an assumption that, well, it came from the farm originally, didn't it?
Right. Yeah. But to me, if it's in a package, like, not so much. Like, you want to eat something that if you were to drop it on the ground, it would grow. Not mold. Like, grow into a plant. Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you get here?
Yeah. Okay. So this is so Italian. I was going to college to study opera singing, which was awesome. I was going to USC and I was pursuing that. And now I just do karaoke with it, which is great because I spent $60,000 to be really good at it. But I was going to school and I found when I was in college, I started to eat like everybody else. And it really took a toll on me. I was losing my voice. I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't, I was drinking and partying and doing all that. When I say drinking, I had probably one glass of wine. I'm 4'11", but it was a lot. But anyway, I really didn't understand the connection between what I ate and how I felt. And I went like a young woman to magazines and celebrities to try to figure out how to be healthy. And it really failed me because I thought there was something wrong with me because I'm like, well, Cameron Diaz eats this way, so why aren't I getting the results? And so I started reading a lot of books on nutrition, and then I fell in love and I went to nutrition school at Integrative Nutrition, like many of us did. And I absolutely fell in love with it, and it became my life. And now I travel to colleges all over the country and teach people how to eat healthy.
It's a big thing. I mean, I had an eating disorder when I was young, and I think it's a hard time discovering how do we eat, how do we manage this and whatever. And you gave a TED Talk, is that correct?
I did, a TEDx.
So tell us, what's the difference between TEDx and TED? Is it a difference?
Yes. Well, TEDx are independently run, and they're all over. And But it was really cool. I gave 2 of them, which was awesome. And to me, the big thing, I think, and I think we'll agree with this because we live in LA, we think that if we can't go to a fancy juice, we can't go to Beaming, so we can't be healthy.
Yeah, $14 later for juice.
To me, that's the biggest thing, and that's why I love lecturing to college students, because I think everyone thinks that health has to be expensive. And for me, it's like, drink some water. Eat that cucumber. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. And so I really like teaching people that there's really simple and affordable ways to be healthy and make it more accessible to everybody.
Wow, I love that. There's an expression, a quote I read somewhere. It said something like, if you think it's expensive to be healthy, try being sick, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's a great point, and it's not expensive as nearly as expensive as we think to be healthy or to eat healthy.
Yeah, and the other thing I hear a lot is like, well, I'm too busy. And I'm like, well, how long were you on Instagram last night? You know what I mean? Like, there's always time and there's always ways to kind of recalibrate everything so we're just being more efficient and really using everything that we have.
Mm-hmm. So who should be somebody who would go to a nutritionist? Because I've had this conversation with a lot of my friends or even with my mother. They say, I don't need a nutritionist.
Right. So I think that's really, to me, you really have to want to do that, because I've have people that have dragged their kids to me and the kids are just like, no, like, it's bad. But I think, for me, it's somebody, if you're feeling like you're tired all the time, you don't feel energized, you feel bloated after every meal, and you have tried different things and nothing's working, I think that's a really great opportunity to maybe talk to somebody. Because a lot of times we don't realize, it's really funny. I talk to a lot of people and they're like, well, I eat healthy. And then we start unpacking things. Well, I have a little taste of this and a little of that, and it adds up,
Yeah.
So
you're making me feel really guilty.
I'm talking directly to you. They've called me. Some of us.
Well, so how do people work with you? Do they work with you one-on-one? Do you have a group thing?
It really varies, and that's why I love my job so much. So for me, my favorite thing to do is I love to travel and go speak to big groups. Maybe because I'm Italian, I just want to everyone
love on people.
Listen. Yeah, I'll always try. I should work that in. Make that count. So I like doing that, and then I work virtually, so I can work with people all over, which is really cool.
You mentioned being Italian, and so many people, especially in Los Angeles, discriminate against carbs. Do you have a tip or a trick that we can really embrace our favorite Italian recipes and not feel guilty about it?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It really depends upon you. Like, look, I hear this a lot, and I've experienced this. When you go to Europe and you have the bread or you have the pasta, you're like, I don't want to keel over and die. It's the way we do grains in this country. We spray a lot of things. You know, the culture there is they go to the supermarket every day and they shop, and things are local. A lot of times we're getting things that are from far away. So for me, you know, how do I make pasta that, okay, so yeah, I'm Italian. I personally don't eat grains. Do I think they're bad? No. But the way I eat them is I love a brand that's made with cauliflower, and to me it tastes exactly the same. I know that sounds crazy, but it does. Or I make zucchini noodles and things like that. But for me, ultimately, I think this is really important. If we want to eat healthy, how do we find the things that we love, Italian food, everybody, and make a healthier version of it? Because ultimately, when you eat something, you want to feel really good after you have it. And if you're not, then we got to play with it a little bit. But yeah, I think, yeah, if you're going to have pasta, have the best, you know, is it a whole grain, you know? If you're going to have meat, have the highest quality. Vegetables, the best, you know, something locally grown ideally. So yeah, just high quality, I think, is the number one thing.
Eat cute.
Eat
Bottom
cute.
line.
Yeah.
So please, Alexandra, tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at eatcute or my website, alexandracatalano.com, because that is my name.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. And good morning, LaLa.